Welcome to our program. I'm Tony Noakes, and with me today is Dr. Wendy Walsh, a nationally known consumer rights advocate. Our topic on today's program will be of special interest to anyone who has suffered injury due to a medical product or medical device. This segment of our program is about the Paragard intrauterine device, or IUD, a medical device designed as a long-term form of contraception. So what can you tell us about the Paragard IUD and the problems reported by its users?
Thanks, Tony. Well, Paragard, as you just said, is a long-term birth control device that was developed originally by Teva Pharmaceuticals and approved by the FDA as a safe and effective IUD for use back in 1984. And it was first marketed by Teva in 1988. Then, in 2017, Teva sold the Paragard IUD product to Cooper Pharmaceuticals for $1.1 billion. The device is a small IUD made of soft, flexible plastic, and it's wrapped with a layer of copper that's placed inside the woman's uterus by a physician in an office setting.
Dr. Walsh, what is different about this IUD device, and how long is it effective?
Well, according to the manufacturer, Paragard is a different kind of IUD birth control in that it prevents pregnancy without the use of hormones, which other IUDs use. The manufacturer claims that the use of copper as the active ingredient to prevent pregnancy is clinically proven as safe and 99% effective without causing the problems women have with artificial hormone-based IUD birth control devices.
That all sounds great, but I'm assuming there's more to the story, Dr. Walsh.
Oh, Tony, there's always more to the story. Unfortunately, some of the potential risks and side effects indicated by the manufacturer include intrauterine pregnancy, which can cause a spontaneous abortion, premature delivery, septic shock, and even death. Other risks include ectopic pregnancy, pelvic infection, perforation, and expulsion. Now, any of these side effects can require removal of the device, which can be very problematic for the patient. And reports indicate that a number of women have suffered serious injury during the process of removing the IUD. There are several problems related to the removal of this device. One is that an IUD is normally removed by a physician grasping the strings with a medical instrument and gently pulling it out of the uterus. Well, if the strings can't be located or break during the procedure, removal can become complicated and uncomfortable for the patient. Another issue on removal is that the IUD can become embedded in the wall of the uterus. In these cases, additional imaging may be required to locate the IUD, as well as additional surgery to remove it. Breakage during the removal process is another possible complication. Leaving IUD fragments in the uterus could increase the risk of uterine infection, which can lead to infertility.
So what legal rights does a person injured after using a Paragard IUD have?
Well, I want anyone to know who has suffered serious complications as a result of a potentially defective or broken Paragard IUD that they can pursue a claim against a manufacturer that failed to disclose known risks associated with the device. Failure to warn of side effects and serious risks associated with a defective medical device, that alone can be a basis for medical liability, regardless of whether the device has been recalled. In many instances, these cases are settled way before ever going to trial. But I want you to know that every case is different in that regard.
Dr. Walsh, this has to be really troubling information for women who have had the Paragard IUD procedure for pregnancy prevention. If you or a loved one has suffered adverse side effects after having the Paragard IUD procedure for pregnancy prevention, you need to call the number on the screen now, as you may be entitled to significant compensation for your injuries.
Have you or a loved one been implanted with the Paragard IUD and experienced serious side effects requiring surgery when the device breaks? If so, you may be entitled to compensation. Reports indicate that the device may break during removal, causing complications when parts of the device break off, often requiring surgery to have the broken pieces removed. In some cases, when this occurs, a full hysterectomy may be required. Other injuries associated with the device include laparoscopy, laparotomy, scarring, infections, and organ damage. If you or a loved one have experienced serious side effects requiring surgery when a Paragard IUD breaks during a procedure to remove it, how do you protect your rights and fight for the compensation you deserve? You choose the right legal team that has the experience, support staff, and resources to help you seek compensation for your injuries. Call for more information and a free case review.